This is Wendell Catlett, man. This is Leverage Your Life.
What I feel, the other person's gonna feel. And when I go into it. Exactly.
What's up, guys? This is Leveraging Your Life. Welcome again. Welcome back. This is a podcast about leveraging your life, how people use their life as leverage to level up. So today I got with me one of my good friends, one of my best friends, man. Him and I do a lot of things together. His name is Ramon on the beats. This guy is amazing. He's a part owner. We're partners on a group called Creative Juices. Ramon is like the guru of media, man. I'm so excited, man, because this is one of my best friends, man. I want to really get into it with him. Ramon, man, introduce yourself if you can, man.
What it do? My name is Ramon. It's funny because I haven't been called Ramon in a while. Everybody call me Moan, but I only let my best friends call me Ramon. I'm Ramon, producer named Moan on the beat, and then I got another alias that's Mr. Moan, and that's kind of like my artsy side. So, you know, I'm in music, film, and art, and like Wendell told y'all, we do a Creative Juices event, so in that as well.
Yep. So look, man, the way I met Ramon, man, was years ago. We met years ago. So I shot these videos. You guys know me from real estate, and I shot these videos, man. I was looking for a great photographer or a great videographer.
Yep.
So I was looking, and I went on Craigslist, and I seen this guy, man. I just called a couple people, man. But when I met him, man, I'm like, we automatically clicked.
Right.
And this was years ago, and he was on Craigslist, and now the reason why I bought him on, man, because he was on Craigslist then, but he leveled all the way up to a whole nother level. Now he's like a what do you call it? What do they call it? Influencer.
Yeah.
So I'm so proud of him, man. It was years ago. Like he was like trying to get business. Now he is the business, right?
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that, man. So Ramon, when we met each other, I remember that we met each other, and when I first seen you came in. And you don't notice, I was looking at this guy. I said, man, damn, I was hoping for an older guy. He sound on the phone. On the phone, he sound older, man. But this guy, my age, we the same age. And then I'm looking at him like, damn, he dressed different. So in my head, I still had this mentality like all the guys should dress a certain way, man, and like look a certain way, man.
Right.
So I ain't get it. So I'm like, man, I don't know this corny dude, man. I don't know if I want to like work with this guy, man.
Right.
So I don't know if I want to work with him, man. But he was consistent, man. And then like his camera work, his artwork made me look like Denzel Washington, man. Made me look so good, man. So I'm like, man, I gotta keep this guy, man. And then I started to hang with him more and more, and I'm like, man, this guy, him and I share the same vision, man. And we like pushing to another level, and we just constantly just continue to motivate each other. So I started to understand his dressing, and now I'm kind of like envious because he walks in the room and he's like so confident, man, and like I'm like, man, nobody looks like him, man, and it's amazing, man. So I want to talk a little bit more about like you, man. So how, like your background, man, before we get to where you are now, tell me a little bit about your background.
Okay, so come from Caribbean parents. Mother is Trinidadian, father Jamaican. Always been around music my whole life. The Jamaican culture, you know, is big on music. Father had a studio all my life. Grandmother was an entertainer, and you know, I just grew up in that Caribbean culture. So that has a lot to do with like my personality, how I dress, and kind of like my mindset as well. You know what I'm saying? I went to I grew up in Mount Rainier, Hyattsville, and my grandmother and parents used to live on Kennedy Street in DC. So that's kind of like I'm from the area, you know what I mean?
Right.
Grew up in PG, went to different PG middle schools and high schools, then moved to Montgomery County and went to high school in Montgomery County. My parents wasn't always together. They got back together when I was in high school, and when they weren't together, that's when kind of like me and my brothers, we was like, wow, like we was like little bad street kids, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then when my father got back in my life, that kind of like mellowed out, because you know now you got that male dominant figure in your life. I had that to look up to, and it changed it changed kind of like my life. So in high school, you know, I ain't really like school. Like I'm a creative. Like
same way, man.
I needed my hands on something. So I'm in there bored and stuff. So I just got to hanging around with the class clowns and all the, you know, the bad kids. You know what I'm saying? Got the trapping. So I never wanted to work for anybody. I always had in my mind like, a man should always be able to fend for themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and I feel like if the world was to end, what you gonna do? Like,
Right.
if you're an entrepreneur now, if the world ends tomorrow, you gonna know how to get some paper. And I always had that mentality. Back then, to me, it was the streets and trapping was the only way.
Right,
you know,
right.
it was a little weed here and there.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But you know, it was I was able to sustain. But as I got older, I got deeper in that, and you know, it got me in a lot of legal troubles. After high school, I went to Howard University because my mother worked at Howard.
That's
you know
awesome,
what I mean?
man. Yeah.
So my legal troubles
Right.
and what's going on when I was at Howard. I mean, I got so many charges. Got indicted twice. You know what I'm saying? Got indicted twice, but I never really did no real time because I was always able to afford big lawyers.
That's
you know what I'm
good.
saying?
Yeah,
Threw away a lot of money on lawyers. So my turning point though, that kind of like got me up out of that. The very last time I got locked up, the judge K gave me he said if I ever see you here again, because I pleaded, and he's like, yo, if I ever see you here again, he's like, I'm gonna give you a 5-year mandatory sentence.
Right.
And he was like,
Wow.
I got put on probation. He was like, one of the things that I had to complete to get off probation was to graduate from Howard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
that's good,
he was
man.
like, I had to graduate from Howard.
Damn.
So after that, I was like, you know what? I'm not even about to play around with this no more. Cause I'm too creative. Because I always was creative.
Right,
I always was in the music.
Right.
I was in the go-go bands, all of that.
Right.
So I'm like, you know what? I'm just about to focus on all of my creative pursuits.
Right.
I knew how to make money in the streets, but I never knew how to make money with my talents.
Right.
So that was kind of like a challenge for me.
Right.
So when I after that, it was kind of like, all right, Moan, you got to figure this out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's different when money coming in and when money stop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and you spending money that you've been piling up. So I blew through money because there wasn't nothing coming in.
Right.
So I was forced to figure out how to make money from my talents. And at Howard, I was going to getting my degree in film.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, damn, what could I do with it? Like, I know I was reading books on how film about to be the biggest thing in media and all of this. Like right now, it's gonna be big, like how it is now.
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn, let me just figure it out. I studied it, so I'm like, cool, I'm sharp now. But how do I get clients?
So you mastered? That's what you mastered in Howard?
Yeah, that's what I mastered in Howard. That's what I went to school
I got
for.
you. Yeah.
So I'm like, damn, how am I do this? And I'm like, Craigslist is the only way I know how to probably get a client. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck it, let me
People
just
still
go.
use Craigslist? I know.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a big misconception.
Yeah.
Even back then, like people use that heavy. So
Yeah.
I'm like, man, let me just start posting ads on here. So I was like posting ads. Wasn't getting nothing, no money coming in.
Mhm.
I went from like couple cars to riding the train to school. So I was pissed.
Yeah.
But at some point it started to pick up. And then, you know, over the course of a couple years, like that's when I met you off of Craigslist.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Craigslist,
So from that point, it was just building like a clientele base with that, and then tapping back into my real love, which was the music. So you know, with me, it's music, film, fashion, events. You know?
Right, man. So man, I'm telling you, man, you do an excellent job with that stuff, and you and I, we pretty much share the same struggles, man, and the same background. You know, I didn't have a father, so I don't know if it was the worst thing, but I would think I had a thing. It kind of held me back a little bit because everything. So my mom was being a mom, and you know she helped me out a lot through life, but she wasn't teaching me how to be a man. So I always try to find different father figures in my life that I latched on to, and I looked up to them as males, and I still do this to this day. Look up to them as males, and the ones I was doing when I was teenagers and early 20s, man. A lot of times those guys was the wrong people.
Mm-hmm.
Those the wrong people because they were a father figure. They was dominant, and they was educated, but they was educated in the wrong things, man.
Things, right.
And they taught me to do those things, but I was fortunate, man. You know, I've been arrested a few times like you, but I was fortunate to not do any time, and it didn't hinder me, man. Of course, we had all the friends that did time, and we lost friends, man.
Right.
But I'm thankful for that, man. So we do share the same path in that, man. But then we also had the same ambition. We both had the same drive, man. We had the same drive. So you creative. I'm the same way, man. I got a lot of creativity, but my mindset is a little different. It's focused on financing. So I think that all of us need to level up in our respective passion, but then also learn the financial part, or hire someone that's going to teach you that's going to handle the financial part as well for you. Because I mean I got that. I'm not gonna go along with my story, but that's something that's important for all of us. But look, You amazing, man. You doing all these great things, man. I'm gonna tell you guys. I was on a call with my marketing expert. With my marketing, a guy that lives in Miami. He's in Miami. This guy don't know nothing about Mama, so I'm telling my guy about. So we had these Creative Juices events, and I'm like, man, you know what? I might need some help because we market on other stuff.
Right.
I might need some help with this event because we want to make sure this one is the one, which this one was the one.
Right.
But this one was the one. So we need to really put some effort into it. He said, I said, yeah, man. So, but the thing is, my guy, he's like blowing up, man. I said, blowing up on TikTok, man. I said, let me pull up his video. He said, what's his name? I didn't get the chance to pull up. I was like, his name, Moan on the Beat. He's like, he started laughing real hard. He's like, he said, it's so crazy, man. He said, and this guy's in Miami. This guy said, he said, I literally been listening to Moan and Scoon for the last 2-3 days. He said, I think he said 2 days because he said, yeah, exactly. He said for the last 2 days, all I've been listening to. He said I downloaded this beat. He said I was just searching on TikTok and it came across and downloaded this beat, and my wife was like, why the hell you keep playing this beat all over and over? He said, I've been listening to it for 2 days. He said, of course, man. He said, of course I'll work with this guy, man.
Even when I met you, I know you're saying a lot of great things about me, but
right.
like I done seen your glow up too.
Right.
And that shit is impressive. You know what I mean?
Appreciate it.
And it's like, because it's like you, and everything that you was saying that you was about to do, and how you about to make it bigger, and just your real estate and your financial businesses, like the how you expanded that from when you was telling me about it to where it is now was incredible. You're a sum of your closest 5 friends.
Right, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So it's like
that.
even in my glow up, I'm seeing that you can't bring everybody with you.
You can't, man.
Because everybody don't got the same mind. Like,
right.
I knew you for a couple years, and I got men that I've been around forever. Right. You know what I'm saying? That I had to lock them off. Like, I need to be around the Wendells,
right,
the Scoons. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's like, I made that analogy like the 300. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I need people like you and Scoon in the 300 because you able to accomplish and take over and level up together.
Absolutely, it's very important to have this, to continue to change your circle over and over. I mean, not saying that you want to change your circle and just get rid of everybody. I had people in my past that I've got rid of, and not for a bad reason, not because I had like issues with them, but just because I just can't have them. But you know, when I say constantly change your circle, it's not saying the circle changing the people in the circle, but actually changing yourself into different circles.
Exactly.
So that you can be able to, because everybody got something to share. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's not a person that's on the financial level or the grind level, they can share relationships. They can share
I agree with that.
Other things. So like being able to change your circle yourself, put yourself in different circles. You know what I'm saying? And that'll really help you elevate in life and help you grow in life.
Facts.
So look, we talk about leveraging your life. That's the name of this podcast, right? So you got up to another level where you are right now.
Right.
What are some of the struggles that you had getting to that? I know you talked a little bit about the legal troubles, but what else have you had encountered in your process to get to where you are now? And how did you overcome it?
It's really discipline. Mm-hmm. Discipline is one of the major things because you gotta mentally have discipline. You gotta physically have discipline because discipline gets you to the next level. Your ability to just lock in. A lot of people can't lock in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people can't. You know what? For the whole week, I'm not doing anything. I'm just focusing on this.
100%.
That was definitely my challenge. One of my challenges, and then forming the right team.
Right.
Because I've also learned that you can have the biggest vision in the world. If you don't got no team, that vision ain't going, because you can't do anything by yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing.
And that was, you were one of the main people that was like, Mon, you got to get a team, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Early on. So I'm like, I started developing a team. I got a strong team now, and it's like, everything's moving faster. Right. Some of the stuff that I wasn't seeing, my team members are seeing. Right. And now they kind of like ironing that out. So now it's making everything float up higher. So I would say discipline and forming a team was the major things, because locking in just on those two things would 10x your whole movement. You know what I mean?
10x,
For real, it was. Yeah. But I was missing. It was a lot of loopholes and stuff. But I mean, even right now, it's like bringing more people on that's gonna 10x it to the next level. You get what I'm saying? So that was kind of like, that was definitely some of the major challenges. And even building a team, you go through the people that you see that you can't have in the team.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
I do that frequently.
You know what I mean? So it's
yeah.
like those are the challenges as it relates to getting to that next level. Getting to that next level, because if you don't got discipline, bro, you ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
So what kind of I don't want to say rituals, but what kind of practices do you do to make sure that you stay disciplined?
So I'm heavy on like meditation, and I believe in the law of attraction.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So every morning I got a ritual. I wake up and I meditate before I do anything.
Right.
And the type of meditation I do is visual meditation.
Right. Oh.
So anything that I want to manifest, successful event,
right,
best producer,
right, I love
biggest film company, biggest movie. These are the
yeah.
things that I meditate on and I put in my mind, and I feel it in. And when I say feel it in, I think about it in my mind while I'm meditating, and I feel what that experience will be like.
I love that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then when you do that, you bring in those universal forces to you, and that's why you could be on the phone with a dude like, I'm banging my own right now, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like the universe is hearing it, and the more and more you believe it, and more you believe in yourself, the more and more you're gonna discipline yourself to do these things to keep bringing those results forth. You know what I mean?
I love that, man. I love that. Yeah, you definitely, man. I think that you gotta be. I love the part of discipline, because I think about the same exact thing. Like, you can't be floating on different frequencies. Whatever your focus is, you need to be extremely disciplined and focused on that, because if you don't, you're going to confuse the universe. Universe, like, look, you don't even know what you want. You like this, you shaky, man. You shaky, but when you know what you want, and like, I love how you say you visualize it. Now everything just pulls to it. And I think about that all the time. That's my life. I constantly deal with it. So I know. So anything that I deal with in life, I'm like, if it doesn't feel right, if it's not to my core and to my true belief, then I'm gonna remove it out of my life. I'm not even gonna entertain. I don't even entertain it. Somebody can bring it to me, but it stop this door. I don't even entertain it. Stop. You know.
It's a perfect example.
Yeah.
Our last event.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know how we was like, yo, bro, I think we should have it look like this, and you like, yo, I got this event planning chick. Her stuff look dope. I think she'll make it happen. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We had a vision, locked in on that, and manifested it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then from that point, it's only gonna get bigger and bigger. And that was just discipline. Yeah. That was trial and error. Right. And that's kind of like what it is with any business that you're doing. You know
did good.
Yeah.
So what? So, man, it's time for you to talk about your business, though, man.
Okay.
Let's talk about like your success, what you do. Like, I know we talked a little bit about it, you touched a little bit about it, but like this is your flow, man. About who are you? What's Ramon? Like, what all the struggles and all that? Who are you right now?
So the funny thing is, I would call myself a creative impresario, and what that means is pretty much all of my creative pursuits, anything that I'm talented in creatively, I turn into money. So right now it's music and film. So I have a music production company, I have a film production company, and then with the film, like how I met Wendell, I was kind of like just starting off. Where I'm at now, I'm doing like work with a lot of different artists, a lot of different magazine companies, a lot of different big corporate companies as well. As you can see, I'm working with a magazine. I'm actually partnered with a magazine called Monarch Magazine. Okay, nice. And that's where you see me with the Master P's and the Dapper Dans and all of that. Because I'm doing the media for that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, and then I work with a lot of different companies doing live streams and things like that. Okay. Now with my music now, that's where I'm like the influencer, where it's like we have I'm like across all of my platforms, it's 1 million followers. And the funny thing is the followers aren't California and LA. That's where the majority of the followers are. Okay. Yeah. So I want to build up out here, so I can when we doing certain events out here, I can have that community and know about me out here, because everybody know about me in Cali and LA, and Atlanta is another big place. Yeah. So it's kind of like my main focus is right now, and I'm about to work on a movie in January, and this is gonna merge all of my loves together: music, film, and fashion. I love it, man. That's kind of like where I'm at right now. I'm around everybody I want to be around, and I'm moving and shaking with the movers and shakers. Man, that's how you know what I'm saying. Man. And I'm being influenced, and I'm influencing others to push the culture forward. You know what I'm saying?
I love that, man. I know. How does it feel, though? I'm just thinking about being around these guys that you watched on TV. Now you're around these guys, man.
The funny thing is, it's like they looking at me like, yo, you super fly, like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? So that's what really be, you know, I be dressing wild, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, it's kind of interesting just seeing that, but to see to be around them and to know that I'm actually filming them, and like at some point it becomes unreal.
Right.
But it's happening so much right now, and it's happening so fast that now it's just becoming a regular thing. To where it's no real reaction. Like it's just like it's a regular day in the life.
That's good.
You feel what I'm saying?
That's good.
But my thing now is involving these people in my vision, because the vision that y'all have and what y'all got here was amazing. Right. But if I could bring y'all in my vision now, it's gonna even make it even bigger. Because all of my creative pursuits, I'm trying to push the culture forward in a positive way.
I love that. I love that. Yeah.
And that's kind of like that's one of my motivators as I'm doing all of these things.
Man, that's funny, man. Everybody that I bring on this thing and on this show, and everybody that I talk to, that the universe has brought around me, man, we pretty much say the same thing. It really isn't about us, you know.
Exactly.
Like the money is gonna come. The money, that's just if you living in your purpose and you and you doing the things that makes you feel good, all that stuff just come.
It's gonna come.
It's just gonna come, attract it. And if you like I tell people all the time, man, being like having a job or working or whatever we doing, entrepreneurship, whatever it is. It's a service, right?
Exactly.
It's a service. So like you saying, you trying to push the culture forward. So your job is literally you serving. We put here to serve. So so you serving the community. And that's exactly what my business is. Like I teach, like I said, finances is my thing, man. But I'm not worried about me having fun. I enjoy seeing the next man next to me really get it. You know what I'm saying? Like I really like that, man. So yeah, man. And it's funny that everyone says that, man. And those are the ones that's successful. Only people that come on here is successful. So the people that's successful. But that's what we gotta know. We gotta understand our purpose, and we gotta live in our purpose, and not chase the money, but chase our dreams.
Exactly.
And the dreams will come. That's why they say dream chaser, like what meal. That's all it is. Just chase your dreams, man.
We got poured in the community, bro.
Right.
Because
Got to
like
push.
They'll pour it into other people. And there'll be a chain reaction.
I agree. I agree, man. So look, let's talk about our event, man, that we just had last week, man. Last Saturday. Yeah. It was amazing.
Yeah, the funny thing is, man, me and Wendell, we so busy. Like, you know what I'm saying? That we always, it always come down to 3 to 2 weeks of promo.
Man, we got to stop that, man.
Yeah, I know. Even this one.
I know, yeah.
But it still came out to be, that's the one thing, it's never a bad event. This one was by far the best event.
Right, for sure.
And it was amazing. Like I told you before, we had a vision, and it's like each time is getting closer and closer to the vision. The people is exactly the type of people we want to come out with. Extremely fly, extremely cool, sexy. It was a vibration, bro.
Man, I'm telling you, man. Everybody that I talked to, every single person said on the scale between 1 and 10, it was past a 10.
Because even when you came inside of
everything, man.
The vibe, you ain't want to leave. That's why people was blown at the end so early.
I know, man. So we can't do that next time.
We gonna get it right next
But no, just let's talk about it a little bit. So So the experience that we trying to create. What it so it's called Creative Juices, right? So instead of me elaborate, I want you to elaborate on it.
Okay. The funny thing is, like, Wendell does events too. Like, he could do events by himself and crush it. I done been to events and Wendell's events already crushing it. So when I was looking at his events, I was looking at my events. I was like, damn, I need somebody with a mind like mine and with a drive like mine to collab with and do these events. So we came up with Creative Juices. And Creative Juices is where we bring in a upscale, luxury, but artsy vibe of beautiful people that gets to take in entertainment, poetry, fashion, and art. Now, where we have it right now, we have it at its, I would say, it's in its intermediate phase. As we're doing these each time, it's growing and growing and getting bigger and bigger to the full vision that we want. And ideally, we want the event, when it's all said and done, at its highest peak, for you to walk into something like Alice in Wonderland, a luxury Alice in Wonderland, artsy world, drinks, food, forward, all of that. So right now, we getting there, and that's where it's at, man.
Yeah. Those of you guys that's watching this podcast right now, make sure y'all check out our next event. We got one in February.
February, bro. It's going to be the event. This is going to be the tipping point. It's going to be Black Love. Absolutely. Our Black Love event is going to be popping, and
Black Love Unplugged.
Black Love Unplugged, and we got to top this one. You know what I'm saying?
Man. So like I said, we said this last event was amazing. This one we got to top it. We got to So this is going to be the one. Make sure y'all check this out. I'm not going to promote that so much. We're going to promote it a lot more later on. But Creative Juices, man, we like really pushing me and Ramon. But look, let's get back to Ramon. I don't want to keep on talking about me and us. So look, last thing, Ramon. What's next for you? I know you talked about the movies and all that type of stuff, but what can we expect? What can we see? Like, what's coming up soon?
So, what's next is always what I put in my mind and what I put in my my visual meditations in the morning, right? So what's next for me is, for one, within the next 2 years, I'm gonna win a Grammy. So I'm working on I'm gonna win a Grammy, and I'm gonna get an Oscar, or Emmy, all of that. So what I'm doing now is I'm working on creating a film outside of I'm working on a music project, and
Can
I'm
I
gonna
be
be
in
working
your
on
film,
a film.
man?
Of course, you know I'm gonna holler at you to get in the film. I'm gonna get you.
I know.
So
Yeah.
this film it's gonna mix all of my loves, and it's gonna go down as one of the classics, like how you got your all like your black classic movies.
Right.
We haven't had one as of recent yet. You know what I'm saying? In a while. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That kind of like goes down. So I'm really going about it that way. That kind of like spotlights what's going on with like us millennials as entrepreneurs, creatives, relationship, everything that encompasses our lifestyle at this age. You know what I'm saying? So it's really gonna be dope. I ain't gonna talk too much about it, but it's gonna be coming real soon. I'm actually working on a music project too. I'm gonna win a Grammy in the next 2 years, and those are my two main focuses outside of like other financial things. You know, I invest as well. I'm gonna get into real estate as well. But right now I'm like locking in on these creative pursuits to really make my mark on this world before it's all said and done.
I love that, man.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's my same passion. I think that just to add to that, you got, like how you say, just focusing on those two things. 'Cause that's all you really need to focus on. Really one, but if you got one under control, then your two is good. So just focus on that. Everything else gonna just pull in. That's why you got me for real estate.
Exactly.
I'm gonna help you with that. You ain't gotta worry about that. You know what I'm saying? That's just gonna be the part you gotta put people you trust around. At least trust a person that, let's say I'm real estate, so my trust level for Wendell can be just real estate. You understand?
Exactly.
People you trust in for whatever they trust, you can trust them in and focus on that, man. That's amazing. Talking about Grammy, Oscar, Emmy,
all that. That's what I'm on right now.
So let's call it what it is, guys. That's what it is, man.
That's what
Emmy,
it is.
Emmy,
Oscar, Grammy. That's what it's coming. That's what's coming next.
I already seen the glow up already, so I believe it so far, man.
Yeah.
So look, man, this was great, man. Talking to my
bro.
guy, man.
Good.
So what could they follow you at or support you however they can?
Yeah, so on all my platforms it's at Moan on the Beat. That's at MONEONDABEAT, and then I got my personal page that just focuses on my personal pursuits is Mr. Moan, and that's MISTAMONE. I'm also in the process of getting a vintage line going, so that's gonna deal with my fashion stuff. So looking for anything fly, you can follow any one of those pages, and you'll hear when that's coming as well. So rock with me.
Good, man. Good. So, man, Mr. Moan, Ramon on the beats. Make sure y'all hit him up. I'm not sure if you can support him any type of way. I think just by being a follower is the way
just being a follower, man. Just follow the journey.
Yeah. So this is the podcast, man. Leverage your life. You see how Ramon, I keep calling Ramon. He said call him Moan on the beats. You see how Moan on the beats leverage his life and got to where he's going. And I hope you guys follow his passion and see we go ahead and hopefully make the Oscar. Well, we ain't gonna say hope.
We don't know.
I know he's gonna do it. I know he's gonna do it.
We gonna see it through.
Man. So until next time, man. Leverage your life, man. And if you guys have any questions about Ramon, Mr. Moan on the beats, or any questions about me, hit me up. You know where to hit me. Peace, guys.
Yo.